Hi Wilson families, this is Ms. Daughtry, and this is going to be one of many videos that I'm going to be producing over the next couple of weeks. And this video is the start of our Start Strong, Stay Safe plan for the upcoming school year for Pampa ISD. The first aspect of this plan that I wanted to go over with you is within the scope of our health and safety measures. And basically the biggest question I keep getting from parents is, will my student have to wear masks? Short answer, yes. Long answer on this slide. Students and staff will be required to wear face coverings when they cannot maintain the physical distance, like when they're in the hallways, common areas, during arrival, dismissal. Face coverings will include cloth masks, gaiters, face shields, or anything else that provides covering over the nose and mouth. It is important to note that whatever is on your face covering must be school appropriate and follow the dress code, similar to what you are allowed to wear as far as markings, colors, any kind of symbols, language, that kind of thing on your t-shirts and things like that. It is important to note that if students or staff come into close contact, which we will get to what that means in one of the videos that I'm going to do, with someone who tests positive for COVID-19, they will be required to self-isolate for 14 days if they were not wearing a face covering. This is an important thing to understand. Physical distancing of at least 6 feet will be encouraged at all times, including 12 feet between cohort groups where possible, like in the cafeteria. Cohort groups, we're considering those to be classes at the elementary level. It's important to note that many of our classrooms and school areas do not facilitate a 6-foot requirement distancing, and so we are going to do our absolute best to keep students as far apart as possible during the school day. It notes that here, even though we're going to try, physical distancing of up to 6 feet is not possible given our square footage in our buildings. Some other things to consider are water fountains will not be available, or they will not be available at the elementary level. So what your students will need to do is they will need to either bring a water bottle daily, or they will be provided little cups at the sinks in their classrooms so they can access water as well. But for safety measures, elementary students sometimes struggle with the proper etiquette for using a water fountain, and so we're going with different options to keep them safe. Staff will work to maintain physical distance during restroom breaks where possible. They're all required, students and staff are required to wear face coverings when out of the classroom, on the move, taking restroom breaks, etc. Students and staff are encouraged to provide their own personal protective equipment. Please send your child to school with a mask every day. We will be providing them at Wilson. We will be providing them with a breakaway lanyard that they can clip their mask on when they're not using it throughout the day so that they don't have to hold on to it the whole time. Hand sanitizer will be available in each classroom, building main entrances, and throughout common spaces. And then staff will be expected to regularly wash or sanitize their hands. Students are also going to receive instruction on effectively washing their hands. Elementary students will wash their hands or use hand sanitizer before eating, following restroom breaks, and after recess. Students and staff and visitors will be encouraged to cover coughs, sneezes, and everything else with a tissue. If not available, covering it with their elbows. We will explicitly teach this to our students. Tissues that are used should be thrown in the trash, and we should help our students understand that after they've used one of those, they need to wash their hands for 20 seconds or sanitize. Continuing on to health screenings. So staff will self-screen for COVID-19 symptoms before coming onto our campus every day. Parents and guardians, you're expected to screen your students for COVID-19 symptoms each day prior to sending your students to school. If they are sick or exhibiting any of these symptoms, please let us know. And as we'll talk about a little later on, they will still be able to access learning if they're still feeling well enough from the online portal that we provide through Canvas. Teachers will monitor students and refer them to the nurse if symptoms are present. And visitors will not be allowed on campus at this time for the overall safety of our students and staff. This includes on the first day of school, which I know it is so sweet to be able to walk your kiddo to class for the first day, especially if they're in kindergarten. But the student safety and staff safety are absolutely our priorities this year, and we're not going to be able to do that. Feel free to take a picture of your kid with your student out at the front of the building before sending them in through the gym on the first day. This also will include parents not being able to bring lunch for their students at this time, so the students will either need to eat in the cafeteria or bring their lunch. Thank you so much for your time. We cannot wait to see our kids, and we are looking forward to a great and safe start to our school year.